What is going on out there, peeps? All right, let's get into what's going on over in Iraq. There's a couple things we need to touch bases on. Real quick, if you guys are thinking about buying some precious metals, give our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange a consideration. The link is in the description. If you are a first time buyer and you buy more than $100 worth of precious metals, use promo code Pimpy and you will get a free half ounce of silver. As you guys are aware, right now I've been kicked off Facebook. For how long, I have no idea, but at least I still have Twitter. Come join me over there on Twitter. The link is in the description. And for whatever reason, if I get kicked off these other platforms, you can find me over here on the NESARA Club, the GESARA Club. The link is in the description. As you can see, there's other people you can come on here and check out. But you can see my profile right here. If you click it, you will have access to all of my videos, okay? And if you want to share them on other platforms, you can. People keep asking me for permission. You don't need to do that. But you can see here, let me show you something. See how this is the first video? Then I usually come back and do a second one. It's called Q&A on there. That's me going through and reading your comments and responding to any questions that you guys might have. All right. Also, I encourage you guys to join the newsletter because if I do get kicked off the platforms and people want to know where I'm at, they'll be able to help you guys get informed, okay? All right. Didn't I say this was coming? I told you guys there was another peace agreement, and I was expecting it to happen this week, but it looks like it's more likely going to happen next week. This is, I think, what you're going to find out is this might start a type of domino effect. You're going to start seeing other countries join this. We're going to see peace in the Middle East. I really do believe that, as long as Trump's in there. Um, I can't help but feel like you guys probably heard, if he hopefully did you seen the video where I'm talking about Trump's plan. I think the plan is to create a whole different type of new currency basket, something similar to what Kuwait has. And I think all these countries over there are being invited to come be part of this, because they have all the assets. They have oil over there along with other resources. This would help make their currencies very valuable. It could be an asset-backed currency. But also, you guys hear me talk about this. I told you guys a while back in my videos that I wasn't sure why, but there was a lot of banks, a lot of central banks that were, stocking up on the IQD, which, was at the time didn't make no sense. I don't know what was going on. In addition to that, I told you that the BIS was oversaw a very large currency swap that involved the Iraqi Dinar. Also, I told you there's a lot of countries that have been making moves recently on the IQD as well. So what this means is, I'm not sure, but there are a lot of people moving on IQD. I can't help but think that, if these countries and banks are stocking up on an IQD, then it might be exactly what we talked about. This might be, that Iraq becomes somehow a poor man's version of the international reserve currency for whatever this thing is that they're doing. If, again, most banks hold different countries' currencies as assets if they believe that they're going to be really valuable. So maybe there's some type of agreement that's on the back end here that will be announced shortly, which will show you that indeed the IQD is plays a big part in whatever this agreement is. Again, this is just speculation, but there's too many moving parts that seem to be going together here, and so I'm curious to see. But I told you a group of people went out and for 18 months did an assessment of assets all over, or not all over, but for certain nations. And so again, it's going to be interesting. Now, Africa and Iraq are two of the richest countries in the world. They really are. They have a lot of great resources, and unfortunately, corruption has put them where they are today. But they're going to try to get out of it. Nonetheless, the IQD is going to play a huge role in this. I really do believe that. I'm hoping that we might see an announcement between now and the end of. Most likely, if there is going to be a major announcement and Trump is orchestrating this, then this definitely is going to happen before the election. I have no doubt about it. All right. So again, I don't want to be jumping the gun on this. I don't have any proof of this. This is just me. I'm speculating. It's just my opinion. You're either going to see this revaluation of the Iraqi dinar happen either before the election or sometime in January. Um, Again, I don't like doing dates and rates, but there's a lot of other things that are happening around this time frame, and I have a feeling that IQD is going to play a huge part of this. All right, you guys. Again, I don't want to mislead anybody. I don't have any proof of what I'm saying as it's going to be accurate. I'm just saying to you, based on a lot of conversations that I had with different people, based on a lot of news that I've read, based on a lot of articles that I've read. Uh, there is some type of race going on. There really is, as far as what monetary system is going to be used. And if Trump, if we've learned anything about Trump since he's been in office, and that is he has a way of surprising people at the right time. All right, so let's keep our fingers crossed that it happens before the election. I think that would help Trump be a shoo-in. I already think he's a shoo-in, but financially, it would help a lot of people who are hurting right now. And keep in mind, that so-called World Economic Forum, their goal is to make sure that everybody stays poor and broke at the moment so that you'll accept their universal basic income and then agree to go into their one world globalist agenda. So we'll avoid that. But nonetheless, anyways, I got a little sidetracked because it's been on my mind a whole lot recently, thinking about why would all these banks buy so much IQD? Why is there so much movement going on with the IQD? And then why are there so many different deadlines involving gold and silver, currencies? Somehow, for some reason, there's like some deadline, something happening in this November, like a lot of these things got to be done. So very, very, very interesting that all these things seem to be intersecting with one another. Whatever it is, it's almost here. I think people are going to be caught off guard. You're going to see a lot of different things happening in some positive directions. So I look forward to it. But this peace agreement right here, this is with Israel went over to meet with the leaders of Jordan. I said Jordan and Iraq are probably the next two people. But don't be surprised if you don't see Saudi Arabia come on here really quick. That would be a huge boost towards accomplishing a lot of the peace that we want to see over there. But right, this one here, I told you guys that one should have been this week. I was expecting it, but now it looks like it's not going to happen until next week. So yeah, congrats to Trump and his administration. Trump has now been nominated for 4 Nobel Peace Prizes this year. And in his first or second year, he is nominated them, but they're just not going to give it to him. There's just too much of this, this World Economic Forum agenda that Trump is in the way of, and all these other people are part of it. So it doesn't make a difference about what rewards and accolades he gets. All that matters is his actions and the great things he's doing for people. I hope he keeps it up. As we know, Al-Qademi has been on a European tour. He's went to London and Germany and has met with UK over there with the Prince Charles. All right. So we'll get to that here in a second. But this is just, again, Al-Qademi and his delegations are meeting with different countries to talk about basically the same thing that he does with other countries. Security, help with the economy, what can they do to help us oversee that the election is free and fair and transparent, ways they can do business together. We need outside investors to come into Iraq. I'm sure that's what they're offering to them. And I'm sure what the other countries are saying is, look, we'll do that, but, what kind of guarantees can you make on security? And I've been very impressive about the things that Al-Qademi is doing in Iraq. He seems to be, the right person at the right time. So, you partner him with Trump. Again, a lot's getting accomplished over there. And I don't think that would have been possible with any other president. The other administrations appear to be very disruptive for the Middle East, unlike Trump, who's trying to pull our soldiers out of there and come home. All right, you guys. So anyways, this is them over there in Europe trying to say to them, hey, let's do business together. But here's the thing that bothers me about anybody talking to Charles. Charles here is on the board of the World Economic Forum as well as a key player in the Great Reset. This is a guy that wants to be part of, and this shouldn't be surprised that the royal family is involved with or part of this whole uh, globalist agenda that appears to be being pushed at the moment. So, you got to keep an eye on him. Um, but they are just meeting and talking about things uh, that were talked about with the delegations. How Al-Abbasi is putting his support with the Iraq government, and Al-Qadimini is really happy with what's going on. Over here, it talks about him meeting with Boris Johnson, who's also another, one of these the Great Reset people. He has a slogan behind him called "Build Back Better," which happens to be, as we know, Joe Biden's presidential slogan. That guy, it's not surprising he can never come up. He plagiarizes everything. So nonetheless, they're meeting with how their countries can help one another out. We know that Iraq needs to meet. They're not dispersing out some of the salaries. They need to pass the borrowing law. They need to make sure that it stays eternally. We don't want it to go externally. Same news going on there. So there's not a whole lot in the news that we haven't already talked about. Nothing big, nothing crazy happening at the moment. All right. But yeah, whatever's happening, you guys, with the IQD, whatever it is, I don't know how to put my thumb on it. But the fact that we're seeing such large amounts of IQD, for those who don't know what IQD is, see right here, IQD, that's the Iraqi Dinar. Whatever's happening, it's expediting, it's moving quickly. There are deadlines. November seems to be this dead stop for gold, silver, currencies, global currency resets. There's some information about cryptocurrencies and deadlines on some of them being designed. I don't know how to put my finger on this, but whatever it is, my guess is the new monetary system is getting ready to be implemented. We know that the Great Reset wants to implement this program starting the beginning of 2021. But they've now pushed it off for 6 months, so sometime in June. I have a feeling whatever this is, it's Trump's plan. So let's keep our fingers crossed, all right? And if you guys are thinking about getting more Iraqi dinar or Vietnam dong or the Zim dollars or the Indonesia rupiah, okay, come over here and catch our friends at NESARA shop. The link is in the description. They do ship anywhere across the world, all right? So we're definitely going to know a whole lot more here. I was expecting something to happen with gold and silver in October, but yeah, cryptocurrencies are making a run, and so there's a lot of moving pieces going on at one time, and there is a lot of chatter. Whatever is coming, I can tell you this: the IQD is playing a huge role in this. I have a feeling it's going to be like a poor man's reserve dollar. It's going to give it a lot of value. It's going to be held on as assets in a lot of these banks. And it's going to play a huge part in possibly whatever this new currency basket is. All right. Anyways, I thought I would share some thoughts with you and show you that, look, I told you the peace agreement was coming. It's coming. There's not a lot going on. Let's just keep an eyes out. If something changes real quick, I'll update you guys, all right? If you guys like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.